Alright, time to learn about the witch.
And this painting depicts the infamous legendary fire that she caused.
A legendary fire?
She is the witch in charge of all witches, whose very existence poses the greatest threat known to Labyrinthia. The great witch Bazella cannot be considered the same as other witches. She is the root of all Labyrinthia's woes.
The great witch Bazella. What do you mean by the root of all Labyrinthia's woes?
The reason for all of Labyrinthia's suffering at the hands of witches lies in the very existence of the great witch Bazella.
Would you mind elaborating?
The great witch Bazella is the source of all the other witches. As long as she exists, there will be no end to other witches. While the great witch Bazella is with us, the townspeople will forever live in fear under the shadow of witches. So you mean that if no great witch, there would be peace? No great witch? That's easy enough to say. But while all of the knights have been searching for Bazella, nobody's ever been able to find her. There are very few clues and no one has ever seen her in person. Nevertheless, the great witch Bazella is undoubtedly present in Labyrinthia.
How can you be so certain?
Because her deep claw marks can still be seen throughout the town. Claw marks? You must all have seen them too. The traces of that fire when you entered this library.
Ah yes, there was a part of this building that had suffered noticeable damage.
Bazella is a fearful witch who has all other witches doing her bidding. Long ago this town was reduced to ashes as a result of her fiery magic. Reduced to ashes? That must have been, let me see, 100 or so years ago? It was on the evening of the fire festival, held every year in honor of the great witch Bazella. The great witch's fury was unleashed without warning as the entire town burned.
That's terrible.
That was the legendary fire. Every person in this town knows about it.
The legendary fire.
The rebuilding of the town was a long and arduous process. And all the while Bazella must have been watching and laughing from the shadows. That's awful. Even though the legend of long ago continues to cause real suffering amongst the townsfolk. To think that a painting of that fearful witch could be right here in the basement of my beloved library. What is it doing here of all places? There's nothing for it. I'll just have to have this room sealed shut. Please let's keep the existence of this room strictly between ourselves, for the good of the people. As for me, I shall do my best to forget all about this hidden room. I'm afraid I'd rather not remain here a minute longer. It's time I started closing up the library for the day. I can't help but feel we've done something wrong.
Luke, do you recall the words towards the end of that message?
Do you mean until then I will wait?
That's right. When we opened this door, or rather when we were guided towards opening this door, I could sense someone else's will to work. It's almost as if our following Carmine and coming to this library had all been planned out in advance.
Surely you don't mean that we were back in here by the great witch Bazella? Bazella!
Is something the matter?
What is going on? Oh my god. What the heck was that?
All right, Espella?
Yes, I'm fine, really. Espella? Yes? What is it? It's just that, well, you've been so quiet. Oh, it's nothing. It's just that this room, it's a little chilly, don't you think? The atmosphere is a bit sinister, not to mention that scary picture. Maybe it's about time we made a move from here?
Yes, indeed.
Those words at the end of the message. I will wait. What if we weren't meant to be the ones being called here? My gosh. This chapter is really long. Oh my gosh. What's going on? Oh gosh, I have to pick one? I didn't have to pick one last time. Let's see. Investigation and underground mural. Let's do underground mural, I guess. I don't know.
Phew, it's much more relaxing here, isn't it? It felt so intense and claustrophobic down there. Yes, it certainly did. Today has been full of surprises. Not only did I meet up with you two again, but we also found that mirror in the library. It seems that this town really does hold a mysterious secret, doesn't it? What shall we do now?
I'd certainly like to learn more about this magic. We've been in here for quite some time. It must be getting late. It's probably best if we could wind up our investigating for today and take a rest. We must both be feeling tired.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I'd be happy to do a little more investigating with you two. But I have an errand to run before it gets too late. I'm still up for investigating further. Whatever the puzzle, I'm ready to solve it. Luke, I could hear your tummy rumbling from here just now. Well, I can't pretend I'm not a little hungry. If you haven't arranged accommodation yet, why don't you both stay at the bakery? There's a room free, so I'm sure to be alright. And Mrs. Sinclair would love to have you. What do you say?
Well, if you put it like that, we'd be delighted to stay. Thank you, Espella.
And there's all the delicious bread, too. I'm looking forward to it already. Professor Layton, do you have to be going?
Yes, sorry for all the trouble with you two.
Not at all, although I still can't get used to there being a secret room under the library. It's been a while since I last met someone capable of solving my puzzles, and as I promised you, have my permission to borrow the Grand Grimoire. If you have any need for it in the future, please do drop by and let me know.
Thank you very much, Miss Pister. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, there's just one more thing. I have all of Labyrinth's puzzles stored here in this library. As you continue with your investigations here in Labyrinthia, there will likely be puzzles that you cannot solve or which you do not find. Such puzzles will come to me. Anytime you wish to solve such puzzles, just visit me and I will show them to you. Puzzles that we cannot solve or do not find, you say? Very well.
Very well. I look forward to seeing you again.
I'll be waiting. Please take care on your way home. It's already become dark out there. And if I remember not rightly, the storyteller's latest story did mention the evening.
Oh my gosh. Jesus. Get me out of here. We were in there for a long time.
Wow, it's already this dark out here. I didn't realize we were in there so long.
It looks as if it may have been raining up until a moment ago. The ground is still wet.
Yes, and that reminds me of what Mrs. Sinclair was saying before we left. She said you might want to hurry. It looks like it might rain at any time. Let's get a move on. You too, Espella. Hey, where is she?
That's strange. She's not here. Hold on a second. Okay. Perhaps she's still in the Great Archive. Oh, this guy again.
Slowly does it, step by step. Oh, are you two still here? Can you let me through? I have to lock up. Hello, Dewey. Have you seen Espella? If you're looking for Espella, she left while you were still talking to Miss Mystere. Eh? I wonder why. She said something about having to buy some milk, even though it was still raining.
Oh, yes, I do remember Miss Sinclair asking her to get some milk for the bakery.
It was raining, you said? Yes, it started raining about the time you all went down to that library basement.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have the patience for this much talking. Alright. Ooh, and my battery's running low. So I wonder if I can just move my thing here. Crap. Okay. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna move this. I'm doing this for you guys. There. The screen's gonna look weird for a lot of the time, but it's better than nothing for sure. Okay, I need to. Okay, where are we? Okay, I guess we'll go to there. Okay. That looks pretty good there. Alright, where are we headed to? Heading back to the bakery.
Professor, I smell freshly baked bread. I wonder if that could be Mrs. Leclerc's work. Let's go inside.
Yes, we could. Although we could also take a walk around the town at night. If there's nothing else you'd particularly like to see, perhaps we should head back in. There's probably a lot more puzzles, but I have been filming for a long time, so let's wrap up. Let's wrap this up. I'm ready to wrap it up.
Aha, welcome back. I prepared the evening meal already. Wow, it looks great.
I just sounded like young Harry there for a second.
Hang on, where's Isabella?
I'm afraid we were separated when she went to get that milk. Has she not come back yet?
Oh dear, maybe I was asking too much of her.
My apologies, I should have stopped her had I had the chance.
It's nothing you need to worry about, Mr. Layton. That girl knows her way around. I'm sure she'll be back soon. Let's go ahead and eat while waiting for her. I love it when we all get to eat together. Meals are much more enjoyable that way. I've never had bread and jam that tasted this good before.
By the way, guys, sorry if the screen is like flashing. It's just that's means it's charging. I hope Isabella gets back soon.
Oh yeah, you guys went out to the Great Archive with her, didn't you?
Did you find what you were looking for? Well, it's a bit of a mystery, really. What do you mean? In truth, we went there to investigate the mystery that is Labyrinthia. However, what we found instead was quite the puzzle. Oh, right. A puzzle, huh?
You know, I get the impression puzzles are pretty popular in this town. Do you not know what a puzzle is, Nick? Not what I know exactly.
Well, we spend all our time baking. It's not really the kind of thing we're supposed to know about, I guess. Indeed, it appears the two of you are a little unsure about the concept of puzzles.
Say, Mr. Layton, do you think you should give us a little Puzzles 101 crash course? I'm kind of curious.
It would be my pleasure, Miss Fayette, but rather than explaining in words, I believe actually trying your hand at a puzzle would be far more rewarding. Here, I'll give you both an example to think about. Now then, we have two long loaves of bread placed side by side. You'll notice that they form the number 11. Do you see what I mean?
Oh yeah, I get it. So that's what a puzzle is.
Not quite, Miss Faye. The puzzle is what follows next. What I'd like you to try is, I'd like you to see if you can change this into a number lower than 11. A lower number? So how about if I take one of the loaves? However, the one condition is that you must add another loaf of exactly the same type.
You need to add another loaf? Even though we add a loaf, the number has to be lower. I think I'm beginning to see what you mean by puzzle.
Wait, I think I've got it. I may just be a baker, but I bet I have the right answer. If I place the extra loaf sideways like this, then 1 minus 1 equals 0.
Oh, give me a break, Nick. That's totally the letter H. We're trying to solve a puzzle here, not what a spelling bee.
Oh, come on. I can't be the only one that sees 1 minus 1, right? Right? Turning it into a matter of arithmetic is certainly an interesting approach. You, think so? More certainly. That's precisely the kind of flexible thinking needed for solving puzzles. Now let's think again.
Take a seat and leave this to a pro, Nick. How about this? You just take this new loaf and ta-da! Now that's 1 minus 1.
More like a weird minus. Hey, eating is cheating!
Really? Because it feels more like winning to me.
You're full of surprises, Miss Fay. I didn't expect that kind of innovation.
I solved the puzzle and enjoyed the bread. Win-win, baby.
But didn't Mr. Layton tell us at the start that we needed to add another loaf of the exact same type?
Huh? Seriously?
That's right, unfortunately. I'm afraid I can't accept this as a solution to the puzzle.
Well, alright, but is there really another better solution?
Well, what do you think? Can either of you think of a different solution? I'm drawing a blank. I guess this kind of thing just isn't for me. You both came up with such creative answers. I'm sure you'll be solving puzzles in no time. But now it's time for the solution. The important thing in this puzzle solution is the angle of the loaf that is added. Alright, we're going to take a break right here really quickly. We'll be right back. I think we'll hopefully be finishing up this first chapter because it's been going on for quite some time. So, we'll be right back. Stay tuned.